Hey everybody, what's up? Ezel here with a video update. Deck profile. So, let me just adjust this real quick. I didn't take into account that it would automatically zoom in. There we go. Okay. So, I got a deck profile for you guys. You guys have noticed on the channel that I've been posting videos quite frequently. Well, I shouldn't say frequently, as in massively. Posting several videos at a time, like once a week or something. So I am trying to be a bit more proactive with the channel when it comes to fights, live fights, fights at locals, Skype fights, fights in general. So if you guys have noticed, especially today, the 21st, I've been doing a gauntlet, quote unquote, with the admin of Chaosbreaker. And he's got 10 different decks. And so, like yesterday, we decided, hey, let's just do this. My Ezel deck versus all 10 of your decks, one at a time, best of one. Go from there. So I figured I'd show you guys the actual deck list that I'm using at the moment. I'm playtesting a few things to see how it works, and we'll go from there. So, you guys like the little deck box? It's actually from an old 5D's double deck box. So let's go ahead and start with the grade 3s. I'll be quick about this because there's something I want to talk to you guys about afterwards. So for our grade 3s, we're going 4 Grand Ezel, 4 Raven Ezel. Now, I will defend Grand Ezel to the end. Grand Ezel's such just a good grade 3 altogether. Very standard, very solid. Raven-haired Ezel at 4. I was running at 3 before, and I didn't like it. But the main reason I was running at 3 was because I had Wonder Ezel. Wonder Ezel is not in this build anymore, just because of just technicalities. It's kind of a dead draw. You kind of have to set up for it, and what I wanted to do with this deck is different than what I already had set up. So 4 and 4, which isn't bad. On to the grade 2s. Now, my grade 2s have had major change. So we got 3 Puil, 2 Perrymore, 2 Herenius, 2 Vivian, 1 Blaster Blade Spirit, and 1 Blaster Dark Spirit. Now, looking at this, you're like, wow, that's a lot of Counterblast. Each one's a Counterblast 1. One of them's even a Counterblast 1, Soul Blast 1. Well, yeah. I figured my utility, what makes Gold Paladins gold, is the ability to use the grade 1s and grade 2s. The deck has a lot of superior calling, and at the cost of it, there's Counterblast. There is countercharging mechanics into this build, but spamming the field out is the most important aspect in Gold Paladins. So either way you got it. The Vivian's an interesting tech at the moment. She's really cool for early game rush. Even if it's like a dead top deck, it's still something, which is pretty cool. Blaster Blade and the Blaster Dark are there just because I want to get rid of rear guards. I don't want to go up against other rear guards. On to the grade 1s. So we got 4 GPGs, 4 Stride Fodder. Then we got 2 Howl, 2 Jeffrey, and 2 horses. Now, in my original version, I was running 4 Howl and 2 Jeffrey, but I decided to cut it to 2, because there were times where my countercharging was so efficient, I was just forcefully soul charging. I may bump it to 3 and take out a Jeffrey, but I haven't completely decided yet. Horses is really good setting up for combos. And it's something that really gets hit. Like, if it's called the front rear guard, it's going to get hit. Alright. On to the most fascinating part of this, the zeros. So, my starter's Coel. That hasn't changed. So we're going 4 Flame of Victory, 2 Vanilla Crit, we're going 4 Ringer, 2 Jerry, and 4 heals. Kind of obvious. So you might be asking yourself, wait, you're not doing the 8 crit 4 stand for heal build? No. But Ringer, isn't that going to be, aren't you going to deck out? Probably. But like I was saying before with my grade 2s and grade 1s, is that's where the utility is at. That's where everything starts to flow and function. So having a trigger that can bounce back to the deck and draw a card is really cool. Something I've had an issue with is my hand size. There are times where, if you even saw in the last couple of videos, I was 1 card short. So having that extra draw does help. I may be closer to decking out, but if I can defend myself till the next turn and possibly turn it around, that's where you go. So I may go 3 and 3, but right now it's just playtesting. And that's what the gauntlet is for, is playtesting. Alright, on to Stride. The Strides really haven't changed all that much. So we got 4 Mithril Ezel, 4 Glorious Raining, 2 Gerduit, 1 Seabreeze, 1 Blizza, 1 Screw, and 3 Slammy Flares. Now, you're probably wondering, what the hell is up with the Blizza? Isn't that a little counterproductive? Shouldn't you save that for, near the end of the game? Yeah, you're right. But my logic here with using Blizza is, in case I don't end up going into using Seabreeze. Seabreeze is nice when my opponent's not able to ride to grade 2, or they purposely choose not to. Or ride to grade 3, excuse me. So I can take advantage of it, get all my GB skills going, at least, and have something. Instead of having a good chunk of my rear guards locked out because I'm not at Generation Break. So just setting it for the GB2 is pretty good. Although there's nothing in this deck that's GB2 except maybe Glorious Raining and Gerduit. I mean, aside from these guys, nothing else is GB2 restricted. So that's all good. Now you're probably wondering, why 3 Slammy Flare? Why not Rhea, the Fighter Collection guard? Well, with this deck, I need to return stuff. I want to reuse things. That's kind of like a strategy. That's why Ringer's in here, so I can reuse the stand trigger to add more pressure for multiple attacks. Same goes with utilities like Howl, for instance. I can use the Slammy Flare, return that back to the deck, possibly draw into it later, or Superior Call it, Counter Charge 1, Soul Charge 1. That's about it. There's nothing else I really need to add on to it. Okay, so that was the deck profile. But now I have something that I actually want to talk to you guys about. So, one of the other pages, Darmar Kohai, who I've talked to for a couple of days, is pretty interesting. He set up a Patreon account, which at first confused me, because isn't that mainly for people who make a lot of content? But he was telling me it's more for setup for later. And so it got me thinking, what's stopping me from making a Patreon? I was looking around, I did a little bit of research, and it is very possible for me to do a Patreon, and be able to do stuff. The main things I want to do with it is just provide better content. And doing so, having that extra little bit of money come in could help pay for, Photoshop or a better filming camera, because I'm using my phone at the moment on this weird tripod that I got off Amazon for $12. So I'll go ahead and I'm going to do another video real quick about the Patreon stuff, but I just want you guys to think about it and let me know what you guys think. Alrighty, so that is Ezel Senpai. I am out of here. You guys have a great day, and remember, stay humble.